I would now like to invite Mr. Krish Sridhar, COO of Tikona Telecom, to share his views.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I think I'm not carrying a presentation. I'm going to make a more of a talk. And I think the question raised in this session is something which is pretty exciting. The future is now, and what is the future that we all have for this industry, and and how do we all see? And we've heard some of our stalwarts from the industry talk about what happened in the last 24 months. In terms of, we heard Abhay and some of the others who really presented a very crisp and very clear picture in terms of what happened in the last 24 months, where consumptions went up from 1 GB to 7 GB without making even $1 increment in revenues, and that's where we are. So while we are pushing so much of investments into our business, are we incrementally, and where is the money? Where is the dollar? Where are we heading, and where is the future? And I think that's what we are all searching, all of us put together. So let me introduce myself to some of you. I am Sridhar Krish. I've spent probably all my life in the industry. I've worked with both the vending and the services side of business. Today, I run Tikona, which is basically a wireless broadband company. We believe, one is that we definitely believe there is a huge potential to go and serve. So internet is what is the reason why we were born, and we are still alive. So we service and we deliver internet to homes and to SMEs and to enterprises. That's our business in networking and internet. And we believe that wireless is a very good medium to go and deliver services. So we are a wireless service provider. And now coming to this topic of, what is the future? I think when we talk about, where we are, I think there are three paradigms that we need to look at: the past, the present, and the future. And all of us, who's been in this industry, we have seen the past. What we have seen here is just 20 years. So we look at 20 years back, 20 years hence, and 20 years from now. What is the future for this industry? And some of the points that I just noted down. You look at 20 years back, I think we were 20 million wireline, country. So, and zero mobile penetration. And if you look at fast forward 20 years hence, we are in 2020 a 1 billion, mobile voice customer country, and still 20 million or so wired, broadband country. So we are still there where we were in terms of wired, home broadband. So we're just around 20 million to 25 million maybe. And we've got, if you look at the number of homes, we have all become pretty affluent. We are now a 300 million home country, and probably 300 million, television country. So the first opportunity that we see in front of us, all of us, is that we all still believe that, we are comfortable going home and switching on our Wi-Fi and using internet at home. All of us do that. We go back home, and the first thing we make sure that, our Wi-Fi is on our mobile. We want to get out of the drudgery of the mobile network and get into the Wi-Fi comfort, into the bedroom, and start surfing, right? That's what we still do. So definitely there is a huge opportunity there to bridge the gap between what you today see as 20 million wireline homes to 300 million homes. So you have a huge opportunity in terms of reaching out to those bedrooms with very good internet, so that all of us can actually use and enjoy Netflix better than what we do on mobile networks. So I think that's So, for all of us who are searching where is the money going to come from, definitely one of the areas where money is going to definitely come from is how we go and connect those homes and how we go and give not a few, so from 1 to 7 GB, and like Abhay said, the 1 to 7 is likely to become 1 to 10 GB. I still have every month at least 20 GB not used on my mobile plan. So I don't use, even if you give me 10 GB or 20 GB, I'm not going to use it on my mobile phone because the mobile networks are still not good enough for me to start using 20 GB a month or 10 GB a month. So I think the opportunity is shifting our focus, or to look at how we can serve and look at those customers. And if you look at some of the broadband plans which are there in the market today, we are talking of people wanting to offer 500 GB a month and 1000 GB a month every month. So who is consuming and how much are people paying? So there is definitely more dollars in going and serving those customers who are actually sitting at home or SMBs. So, the present or the near future, when you look at investments in 5G, investments in going and putting those extra fiber into the network, is definitely to go after those 200 to 300 million homes which are still not having the right kind of connectivities. And definitely we have a huge amount of SME infrastructure in terms of SME business. The 40 to 50% of our economy is still working on SME. So 50 million SMEs and 300 million homes is definitely a huge opportunity for taking this industry from today's $1, a customer spending, if I were to do a simple maths in terms of, Mr. Rajan Matthews is here, but my maths can be corrected. But basically, if you look at $25 being spent in a year by 1 billion users, we are a 25 billion industry, if I'm somewhere in the ballpark. 30 billion, yeah. So even if I were to discount those 5 billion a little bit here and there, and say that we are not 1 billion users, maybe 1.1 billion users, and 125 rupees ARPU, right? That comes to same number, right? So we are talking of 140 rupees on 1 billion or 1.1 billion users, we are there. We are at 30 billion. Now, where do we go from here? Now, where do we go from here? And I'm going to take 2 minutes, Ibrahim, more, because the future is what the discussion is all about. I think I'm no visionary, but I keep listening to some of the visionaries and to some of the people who are, and where are people investing money and where is the money going into the industry. One of the biggest fund being raised is by Mayoshi Son, who is basically the SoftBank CEO. And if you listen to what he is saying and where is the money, he is raising. If the whole industry is having the capacity to raise $65 billion, in 1 year he's raising $100 billion. And where is he putting money on? He's putting money on, he says that the whole concept is about singularity, the concept of singularity. What is the concept of singularity? The concept of singularity is about the fact that in the near future somewhere, in next 5 years or 10 years, computing power is going to overtake the human brain. And that's what is AI all about. We keep talking about what is going to be AI. The AI is all about when average IQ of people sitting in this room is 100, and if somebody is a super genius here, maybe a few of us, maybe that, or an Einstein would have an IQ of 200, we are talking of a computer doing an IQ of 10,000. So that is super genius. And if you have some of these computers, and what are these computers? These are computers, these are chips which are going to sit in pretty much every device which is going to look at you. So you have one hand phone in your hand, and today you have 1 billion mobile phones in your hand, but we are talking of fast forward next 10 years, we have at least 20 billion devices which are going to come with an IQ of 10,000 sitting all around us. Now, if this industry with 1 billion devices is generating $25 billion or $30 billion, now imagine a situation where you have 20 billion devices, maybe not paying 145 rupees every device, even if you pay 1/4 on that, because if I may probably, today I have 4 cameras around my home, but I don't know when, who came, and what did it do. I need more intelligence. I need more analytics for somebody to tell me. Okay, when did somebody knock? Did the maid come at 2 o'clock or she came at 2:15? I don't get that intelligence. If I have to search something which happened in my camera, I have to probably spend 1 hour or 2 hours going back and forth seeing what exactly happened at 4:15 in the night. Why did I hear that noise? There is no intelligence. There is no analytics. So I think there is a paying propensity to add more devices, and that's what is going to happen. So we are talking about each mobile device having at least 20 more devices added to it, 20 billion devices getting into this network, and the current $30 billion business, even if we multiply it by 5, we are talking of a $100 billion business very soon. And that's the future I see for this industry. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sridhar, for that very nice and futuristic, although you said you were not a visionary, but I think it was a fairly futuristic, and it really is amazing that we, with our levels of IQ, will be surrounded by devices which are maybe 20 times, 30 times more intelligent than us. Thank you so much for that nice session.